This is Max Williams with United Real Estate, and today I'm in Henrico County. More specifically, I am off the Mechanicsville Turnpike Corridor. Today we're going to look at a 4-bedroom, 2-bath cape. This cape is located here on a quiet street. Home built in 1946, but was recently renovated. We've got new just about everything, from the kitchen to the heating and air to the siding to the roof. This is a complete rehab, and it shows beautifully. Today I'm not going to talk too much about this particular home, but I want to cover a topic that is extremely important. I receive calls on a regular basis, daily, from individuals that are different places in their real estate journey. Some are looking for a house, some are thinking about it, some are actually under contract, and they often run into issues or problems, and they call and simply ask for advice. This topic today has to do with online marketing, agency. And agency is nothing more than who represents who in a real estate transaction. It's one of the concepts that is pretty confusing to new agents, and it does vary state by state. So what is true here is very different than what is true in Maryland or Montana. I am a member of the local, state, and federal or National Association of Realtors. All agents are not realtors. However, locally, the vast majority of them are. But there are states where 50-70% of real estate agents are members of the association. Realtors is a trademark, and it should always be a capital R as opposed to a small r. People in the public typically use it universally for real estate agents, but it's not. Just like Jell-O is a trademark and should always be a capital J. Gelatin is the actual name of the food product, but we just get used to using the trade name. So as a member of the association, I am bound to not talk negatively publicly about other brokerages. I'm going to be speaking today about Zillow. Zillow does have a real estate license in the Commonwealth of Virginia. However, my comments are going to be strictly about the website. The company that has the website, the parent company, of course, is Zillow. So just wanted to put that out there. I don't want to go to realtor jail. I'm not good jail material. One of the things that an individual will typically do when they're interested in real estate is they will look at Zillow. And on Zillow, they will not only see listings, but they'll also see a place where you can request a showing for property. And people think that that request is simply going to the agent that lists the property, that has connection with the owner, that's familiar with the property, and can answer any and all questions about the home. That actually is not true. That person that you see listed there has simply paid money to Zillow to receive leads. Some agents locally spend upwards of $10,000 a month, $10,000 a month to receive those leads. And the way some of the technology works is that Zillow will immediately try to patch you through to that agent. The first agent statistically that speaks with a prospective buyer is the one that has the greatest chance of actually getting that business. So they will often patch you through to one agent. If that agent doesn't answer, they'll go on to the next and the next and the next. You're basically passed around like a spoon at a Golden Corral buffet. That lead is extremely valuable in my business. And like I said, there are people that pay very handsome money for those leads. When you get that contact, that person will be very nice to you. We have no idea what their level of experience is. They could be in the business for decades, or you could actually be their first deal. We don't know that. You don't know that. You are basically trusting potentially the biggest investment of your life to someone you have no background with. You have no idea what their level of experience is, how many transactions they've done, or anything like that. You don't know what you don't know. I say that to share with you, it is extremely important, whether you're thinking about mortgage or real estate, to be very purposeful in who you work with. You could have an excellent medical practice that you've heard about, but the doctor could be mediocre, or vice versa. So you always want to handpick who you're dealing with. The person that has a license isn't necessarily the best person for the job. It is important to always keep that in mind. Whenever you are dealing with a company or person, you always want to think about three things. You want to think about who they represent, You want to think about what is their motivation, and you also want to think about their level of skill or competence. Okay, you always want to think about those three things, so it's extremely important. You never, ever, ever want to go into a real estate transaction unrepresented. I talk to people all the time who do that, and they end up regretting it. The commission for the buyer's agent, or the agent that represents you as the buyer, is typically paid for, or the lion's share of it is paid for by the seller. So why wouldn't you be represented in that case? If you just don't know, obviously you don't know. So you never, ever want to do that. You also want to always be represented with new construction. The people that work for the builder, the site agents, are very good. They're very knowledgeable. But if there's ever an issue, if there's ever something that you don't understand and you think you're being taken advantage of or you think is not right, guess what? You're just one consumer that's buying a house, whereas after your transaction, they've got dozens of other people that are going to buy and ultimately put money in their pocket because they represent the builder or the seller. So you always want to have someone in your corner. Some real estate transactions don't go as smoothly as they should. I've actually had people, consumers, my clients, on video that have shared that. I'm completely transparent in that regard. But I want them to walk away saying, it was a rough transaction, but Max Williams was in my corner. So that's the goal, always be represented. The other thing I wanted to share in regard to marketing is that if you are selling, and I'll use an example, I recently sold a property. It was really rough condition. It was one of 2 homes that I've ever sold where we made the potential buyers get a release to go in. It was heavily mold infested, which is of course dangerous to many people with health issues. So they had to sign a release to go in. I spoke with my seller. She said that she had already received offers from some of the companies that will buy houses in any condition. They advertise very aggressively nowadays. And she told me what that number was, and I said, okay, we can beat that. We listed the property, and we ended up getting over close to $30,000 more for the property than she was quoted. And the reason for that is because we opened up the competition to the marketplace. You never, ever want to go ahead and enter into a transaction just because someone advertised that they can do something and you haven't exposed your property to the marketplace. We sold the house for top dollar. We got great exposure. You guys know, 2,000 views in the first week, or my services are free. Right here on YouTube, 2,000 plus. Now that's in addition to the MLS, and the home will appear on Zillow, Trulia, and all the other sites that consumers typically go to. But you always want to aggressively market your property, or anything for that matter. You want to do that to give you the widest range. Properties can be sold as is. They're sold as is every day. You don't have to do a thing. And the money that you do spend on commission is going to be made up by getting more money for the property. I guarantee you, we can always beat those investment companies that come in and try to basically get a real good deal just because they make it seem much easier than any other process. Okay, we're in bedroom number 3. You can see we've got great condition here in this gorgeous home. I love the fact that we have a second bedroom here. A lot of these capes do not have, second bathroom. A lot of these capes don't have this bathroom. And this is huge because it just makes it so much more convenient when you have these bedrooms up here on the second level. Special thanks to the Lemus Powerhouse team for allowing me to come in and share this beautiful rehab. They have been quite active here recently. If you see some of these fixtures that look familiar, that is why. Look at this. This is really neat. We have an illuminated faucet. So you put your hand there, you see exactly where that light and that water stream is hitting. I'm not sure how useful that is, but it's just really cool. And you guys know I have this special affinity for anything where water comes out of. Okay, this is going to be bedroom number 4. You can see this is probably the largest of the 4 bedrooms. We've got replacement windows in this home. And it's just good to see all of this new activity coming to market. The great thing about these rehab properties is they make a difference in the neighborhood. I've been in some neighborhoods where you look down the block and you can see renovation after renovation after renovation. Ultimately, everyone wins. The people that live in these homes or in this neighborhood are really happy about it, because in many cases, the homes that get renovated are the ones that were the ugly ducklings on the block. So you take an ugly duckling, you transform it, and now it's the most beautiful home on the block. That's a beautiful thing. Everybody wins in that scenario. If you have questions about this or any other property on the market, my name is Max Williams. It'd be an honor for me to help. Homes like this are part of the rent-to-own program. Make sure you reach out to me and let me know if you are interested in that program. If you are in a different part of the country, make sure you reach out to me and let me know if you're looking to buy or sell. We can hook you up with an excellent, well-qualified agent in your area. Max Williams, 804-402-7788. I can reach you on Facebook, under Richmond Area Foreclosures on YouTube, under my name, Max Williams Realtor. Thanks so much for taking the tour. Y'all be safe. Have a great day.